Right, so thanks for coming along to Breathing Buddies number 35. So we're halfway to 70. So yeah, we're going to look at basically the fundamentals of functional breathing. Just as a reminder, and we have three pillars to functional breathing: biochemical aspect of it, the biomechanical aspect of it, and the psychophysiological aspect to it. So that's breathe light, breathe deep, breathe slow. Each of those exercises works on one of those pillars, strengthens one of those pillars. And at the centre of all that, of course, is nasal breathing. So we breathe through our nose throughout the session, unless we do some sighing towards the end, because it feels nice to breathe out through your mouth. We are going to begin then with our nasal congestion clearing exercise. So this is just the simple way of holding your breath to clear nasal congestion. Right, we're going to be working with some air hunger, and some moderate air hunger, which is more than we do most of the time. So we split into two groups. Group A, everyone in good health. Group B, anyone who's not feeling so good today, or if you have any other major health issues, untreated high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, recent surgery. If you're pregnant, basically be sensible. Put yourself in Group B. Right, so the instruction, as you might know, is to breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. Then cover your nostrils, hold your breath, nod your head. Group A, you're going to do it for as long as you dare do it. And when you're turning blue in the face, you can breathe in through your nose and you'll probably feel that any nasal congestion has lifted. Group B, the moment you feel like you need to take another breath, take another breath. And don't push it, don't hold your breath longer than feels comfortable. All right, here we go. So when you're ready, breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Pinch your nose, hold your breath, nod your head or move side to side. Do something to get some movement into this exercise. Helps you go for longer, creates a little bit more sympathetic tone. We'll go in the opposite direction to usual. So remember, Group B, as soon as you feel like you need to breathe, breathe. Group A, keep going for as long as you can. Then breathe in through your nose, and hopefully you'll then feel the magic has worked and that your breathing is a little bit clearer. So, there we go. We're going to do another round in a moment. Sometimes you might need to do 3 or 4 rounds of this. If you're doing it outside of the group, it can be a good idea to pace around a room rather than nodding your head if you've got the room to move. And yeah, we're letting the carbon dioxide now dissipate as you breathe normally, expelling that carbon dioxide. If we didn't do that, because carbon dioxide is the primary trigger for ventilation, you'd just find that you couldn't hold your breath for as long. You'd feel breathless sooner because you'd already have elevated levels of carbon dioxide. When we hold our breaths, we elevate that further. So a few nice big breaths just to clear any carbon dioxide that's building up. And then we'll go again. When you're ready, breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Pinch your nose, hold your breath, nod your head, move side to side. Walk around if you want to. Just get some movement in. Keep going. Group B, the moment you want to stop, and the moment you feel like you need to breathe, breathe. Group A, keep going for as long as you feel fit to do so. So there's a psychological element to this, of course, if you're in Group A. So it's up to you to judge when the right time is to stop. Hopefully not doing it until you to pass out. That's not the goal of this. The goal is just to get to probably the moderate stage of air hunger. And then breathing through your nose, and hopefully we're all ready now for another 15-20 minutes of nasal breathing. Okay, let's do our breathe light. So let's check in first of all, sitting up nice and straight. Just taking a minute to get a little bit more comfortable. Let's just, even if it's just 5% more comfortable, more relaxed before we begin. So check in. Do you need to roll your shoulders back? Have you been sat at a desk all day? Do you need to just kind of roll back to enable you to sit a bit straighter? Then working up, does the neck need a little bit of movement? Is that where you're holding your tension? Maybe your jaw needs a bit of a wiggle. And then moving up to your eyes. Can you even relax your eyes? Maybe it's a good time now to close your eyes if you feel comfortable to do so. Can you actually relax your eyeballs? Can you let them fall back into their sockets? You don't need to use them now for a little while. Relaxing all the little muscles around your eyes. All those complex little muscles that help you. Forehead and scalp to move around. Sometimes one of the easiest ways to do this without overthinking it is simply to add a little bit of smile. Just a little grin. And this can help the whole face relax. Of course, before we start Breathe Life, just not the disclaimer, just the instruction that if it starts to feel too much anytime, just take a step back. It's not about testing yourself or pushing any limits here. If you start to feel like it doesn't feel right for you, if your breathing gets out of control, take a deeper breath, step back from the exercise and decide if you want to carry on or not. So without changing your breathing just yet, just take your focus and your concentration to your nose, feeling the air moving in and out through your nostrils. So as well as being a breathing exercise, this can be a great exercise for developing concentration and focus. So focus is like the spotlight of consciousness. What are you focusing on right now? What are you focusing on? The feeling of the air as it moves in and out through your nose. Concentration is how long you can hold the spotlight in that position before the mind jumps in and takes you off somewhere else. And it will. That's the nature of mind. When it does, just try and bring the focus, the concentration back to your nose. Slightly cooler air entering your nose, slightly warmer air leaving your nose. Hopefully already things are just starting to settle on their own just by choosing to focus on one thing. Spread your focus as well now to become aware of your breathing, so you become aware of what you're doing right now in terms of your breathing. You can feel the air moving in and out through your nose, but can you also feel your belly moving in and out? Some widening of the ribs, perhaps a movement in the chest. We're not trying to change anything like that just yet. Now that very simple instruction can be the result that can be sometimes a little bit elusive. Just to try and breathe a little bit less air. So if you've got your concentration, your focus on your nose, how light can you make that feeling of the air as it moves in and out? Can you get to the point where it feels like even the tiny hairs in your nose are stop moving? So becoming still. So if you starting to feel like you would like to be breathing a tiny bit more air, if you're starting to feel the very edge of the air hunger, this is positive feedback that you're doing the exercise correctly. You gotta just now try and tread that line. Don't become overwhelmed by it. At the same time, if you step back too far from it, we're not getting the benefit. If you need a little bit more assistance to get there, then maybe you need to think about the volume of air that you're breathing in each breath specifically. If you can reduce that to about 70% of its current volume, you might start to then get towards this feeling of air hunger. And the benefit is that we work with carbon dioxide, this hypercapnic breath work. We allow the carbon dioxide to increase in concentration in the blood becomes more acidic. This opens the blood vessels, we feel warmer, we get better blood flow around the body, better oxygen delivery due to the Boer effect. And over time, if we practice this, your natural tolerance to the presence of carbon dioxide will increase. That means that you don't feel breathless as quickly. The onset of breathlessness is delayed, but also the duration of breathlessness is delayed. You can recover more quickly after you feel breathless. So that has implications for climbing stairs, going running, practicing the nasal congestion clearing exercise. As your mind wandered, or can you bring it back to your nose? You can leave the day behind you. Tomorrow doesn't exist. All we're doing now is breathing a little bit less air for another minute or so. Trick here is maintaining, isn't it? Once you get there, can you stay there? Okay. So you can drop that now, just take some nice easy breaths, whatever feels good. You might now want to take some fuller breaths deep into your belly. Fuller breaths, but fewer of them. We don't want to be in a hypercapnic state constantly through the day. So now it's going to feel like you want to expel a little bit of the excess carbon dioxide. We just kind of work with this kind of breath work periodically. Once a day is good. And it'll feel good now to take some fuller breaths. We're going to slow things down though, but first of all we've got to make sure we're engaging all the right muscles. Just maybe one hand on your upper chest, one hand on your belly. And what we're looking for really is that there's movement in the belly. If you've got your hands right at the top of your chest, up by your collarbones, there should be no movement up there. If there's movement up there, that means you're using secondary breathing muscles. We use for gasping and when we're kind of really exerting ourselves. But at rest, we don't want to be using those muscles. If we do that, we can end up with bad neck, as you can imagine, constantly pulling the rib cage up from around the neck. Also, conversely, we can end up with a bad lower back because we might not be recruiting the primary muscles, the diaphragm, lower intercostal muscles, correctly. And it's those muscles that provide lumbar support against intra-abdominal pressure. So as the diaphragm descends, it creates pressure in the abdomen. This helps to support the lumbar spine. So if you ever find you're suffering with a bad lower back and a bad neck, check in with your breathing. It might be one element of the problem. Okay, so now with one hand on your belly, can you also be aware of the movement out sideways? Can you feel the lateral movement of your ribs? They move in and out, as well as your belly moving in and out with each inhale and exhale. Okay, rest your hands on your lap now if that feels more comfortable. Keeping breathing deep. So this is the biomechanical side of things. The biochemistry is working with the carbon dioxide with breathing light. This is making sure we're recruiting the right muscles is biomechanics. Now we've gone to the psychophysiological side of it. So this is creating vagal tone, it's getting us into a parasympathetic stage, rest and digest. So we're going to do some paced breathing. Start off very simply. I'm going to count in for 4 and out for 6. In for 4 and out for 6. Maintaining this deep breath. They can be nice full breaths, they could be a little bit lighter if that feels good. Just go on with whatever feels good for you. Because when we breathe slowly and we breathe deeply, we create vagal tone. It tells the brain we're safe. And then we can relax. That tends to be what happens. So we need to get in sync. When you're ready, exhale, then breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, we'll add a pause at the end this time. 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. I'll drop the count in a minute. 5, 6. Pause. Inhale. Exhale. 5, 6. Pause. Inhale. Now carry on at your own pace. Exhale. So that this same kind of pattern, you can count it if you want to in your head. Slightly, an exhalation that's slightly longer than the inhalation. Little pause at the end. What you might want to play with is extending that pause a little bit more, a little bit longer than 2 counts. Keep it comfortable, keep it stress-free. And this is one of the other benefits of improving our tolerance to carbon dioxide, is that this pause will naturally get longer. It will take longer for the concentration of carbon dioxide to reach a point where it triggers the next breath. So at rest, this is the kind of shape we want our breath to be. A slightly shorter inhalation, a longer exhalation, pause at the end. If you're at rest at home, And you just immediately drop in and just kind of take note of how you're breathing. Hopefully you'll find that you've got a little pause at the end. And as you do this work and practice, that pause will naturally get longer. It just takes longer before there's a need to activate the pump again to get rid of some more carbon dioxide. So we'll stay here just for another 30 seconds or so, enjoying how it feels to be breathing light, slow and deep. I'm just taking a pause, keep your eyes closed. I'm going to do one more breathing pattern. This one can be great just before bed or if you wake up in the night. 4-7-8 breathing. So a slightly different pattern. You probably feel a little bit different in its effect. So take note of how you're feeling now and just see if this changes that state. So you're breathing in for 4, holding for 7, exhaling for 8. In for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. So we need to get in sync again. When you're ready, exhale and breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, last one, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And some nice easy breaths. Just see how that has changed the feeling within your body and your mind. Getting towards the end now, so we will wind things up with 3 sighs, because it feels good. So this is where we breathe in and we top it up, a little sip, and you can exhale out your mouth. Make some noise if you want to. Let it go. So when you're ready, breathe in, top it up, sigh it out, and again breathe in, top it up, sigh it out. Last one, breathe in, top it up, sigh it out. Great stuff. Well, thank you for coming along.